Ooh, gonna have some mage lock action here from Luminosity Gaming, and this has been a composition that Liquid has struggled with in the past. I feel like for this blind pick, I have to give Luminosity Gaming a little bit of an edge here. Liquid going to be leading with their double evoker, the augmentation preservation evoker with Mez on that Death Knight. This can get crazy. Plus we see a lot of crowd control on C2 and Trill. Prev continue to be the main target in this match. Aurelium doing what he can to cause a little bit of a panic here with damage. And it is going to be Mez continuing to take a lot of pressure and maybe even a healer swap here. Liquid is falling behind. Sidu needs to get some healing out. A big Spirit Bloom, but that is not enough. Anti-Magic Zone drops at the same time. They're trying to get aggressive here on the Prev. I think Liquid has weathered the storm, but Ceralium, every single time he gets one of those glacial spikes off, could be lethal.
Yeah, absolutely could, and they didn't really interrupt the Tyrant that much. Trill now in a lot of trouble, down about 20% HP. He's sitting at that health for quite a long time. Sidu had to trinket, and he's going to have his Emerald Communion back, but Prev is actually now in some trouble, potentially in the middle of the map, but Brain landing some big heals, topping it back off. But yeah, that last Tyrant did eventually get sleepwalked, but it got so much damage out onto this Liquid team, and it really put them on the back foot, and now Prev porting back in, has that port on top of where Sidu and Trill are. You can see Sidu immediately uses the Emerald Communion to stabilize, but also...
We'll see what Brain's going to be able to do. He's crossing the map right now, and Sidu cannot afford to do the same. Big Dream Breath coming in, but he might just die! Sidu's in so much trouble! Ice Lance is coming in from Ceralium. Somehow, Trill stays alive, but they are not out of the woods yet. I mean, that was a scary moment. Trill and Sidu at 5% health, but they are now topped off, and they can now make a play. Glacial Spike going to be cast out once again, cleaving down Trill. Trill needs to be very careful. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Anti-Magic Zone drops out here by Mez, just helping the defense a little bit from all this caster damage that Ceralium and Prev are able to do. Ray of Frost channeled out, but it doesn't look like it is going to be fully empowered with the Water Elemental, and it looks like Trill will be able to survive. He's now going aggressive, looking for the Ebon Might. They want to take down Prev, but Brain got some mana back in the meantime, which is kind of a disaster for the side of Liquid.
See, we can actually look to get that out. Sidu just completely at this point. I'm not sure how much longer Liquid have in this game. Ceralium, though, getting relatively low, but he's pushing in onto Trill. Trill in a lot of trouble here with both these Demo lock pets and the Mage on him. He's going to get locked out on that Sleepwalk, and in comes Prev. He ports in on top of them. There's the Death Coil onto Trill. Dream Breath comes out from Sidu, but his health is just not going up. I think this is it. He's going to try to go for the Ebon Might, but there's Ceralium pushing in once again here. It's 10 seconds until there is a major cooldown coming up from Sidu, but they got nothing, and Trill is just completely on the back foot.
Yeah, there is no doubt about it. Things are looking good. This is the Icy Veins from Ceralium, getting really aggressive here on Trill. They want to get that game one win. Can they do it? Trill down to 5% health and will go down. Ceralium, Prev, and Brain, they get the counter pick here. I mean, this is the exact matchup that they wanted. It's good for so many different reasons, but it's just really difficult for Liquid to actually get anything going in this match.
There's the cheap shot, but the polymorph spam coming out immediately there from Ceralium as Brain's going to be put into that root beam. Sam I am in the middle of the map. Looks like the main target is going to be Prev, but Trill on the other side taking a lot of damage here. Trill getting incredibly low, has to actually vanish out of there as Sidu's just being CC'd up, and Sam is going to have to go bare. He's going to have to trinket. He's going to have to Barkskin. It's Liquid that are really on the back foot already.
Right now is going to be able to just avoid crowd control with this PvP talent. That's going to be up for the time being, so opting to play very aggressive. But if he gets got into a polymorph, we're going to see that kind of aggression that we saw on the start. Big setup here on the Prev, though. Needs to be careful. Dark Pack gets traded out immediately, but they are just going for it with the full Cyclone on Brain. Can they get more? It's the Unending Resolve. Can they get more? They do not want to greet it. Brain, you need to keep him alive. That's going to be the Hellstone Tyrant, though, is going to be used. Sidu immediately using that Emerald Community to try to keep Trill aggressive. Cloak of Shadows has to trade, and both teams are just putting out so much pressure.
Yeah, they just have no CC on the Tyrant. It is just free casting on a Trill, so they were getting rocked on that side, but at the same time, as you say, so many cooldowns there, forced out of Prev, forced out of Brain, and Ceralium now getting rocked, and Trill is just on the back of him. He's going to alter time back towards safety, but is it safety at all? As Sam I am is still hitting him, and now he's put into the clone. They keep this pressure rolling here onto Prev as he's in the kitty shot. Ceralium and Prev both still low, and there's a gouge on a Brain, and Prev might just go down here. That's a lay on hands coming out from Brain over on a Prev, but it still doesn't get him out of the woods just yet as Trill comes in with the kick onto Prev. He's trying to keep this damage rolling as much as he possibly can. The defensive coil into the Axe Toss, though, will finally slow things down, and it's Sidu now who's caught up into that CC. It's full Sheeps into the full Fear spam now, and Sam is really in trouble here. He's back behind the pillar. He's in bear form, but he's got to get back over to Sidu. C2 jumping in there with the team, trying to recover them. As you can see, Cerealium playing on top is going to get cloned up, and now Liquid going offensive back onto Prev here if they don't want to give him time to get these cooldowns back. But there's the Bob being forced out. The Dark Pack traded as well, as the Gouge is going to land onto Brain. There's the cheap shot to follow. Prev still sitting really low, and he's on the other side of the map from his Paladin. If Trill can reconnect, this could be it right here, right now. He's going to get Typhooned off the pillar, and Brain is still not in LOS. Prev is in so much trouble. He's going to gateway away, but still pulling further and further away from Brain here. It's making it so difficult for Brain to actually stay on top of him because he's kiting his Paladin, it feels like, more than Liquid.
In a full Cyclone, Root Solar Beam on Brain. This is a 3 versus 1 situation. Prev, how are you going to survive this? Cerealium has to help him out just a little bit. Beautiful port, though. Prev on top of Brain now, should be able to survive, but this pressure is unrelenting. Another Cyclone lands. Do they have the damage to take him down? Liquid looking to strike back here. I think they're going to be able to do it. Prev goes down to 5% health, but no. Brain deflects it with the sacrifice. An absolute miracle.
Yeah, he's going to be able to keep him alive, but for how long? Now the Tyrant coming out. They're going to try to turn things around. If this Tyrant can free cast, it could be trouble for Sam. It's a full fear on C2. He's got no trinket. I think Sam I Am might be going down. There's the coil onto Sam, and I think that's going to do it. Luminosity take another one. Liquid falling down 0-2. They might fight it out, but no shot from this position. Are they going to make it happen? They tried to go all in for that push. You thought they had the kill. They thought they had the kill, but they couldn't get it, and it compromised their positioning somewhat, made them fully commit to it. And when the Tyrant came out, C2 had no CC breaks, gets fully CC'd up, and that Tyrant sent Sam into the grave. Comes out on a Trill, and they really didn't get much done at all with that opener. And out of that Hodge, there's a coil on a Trill, putting him in a pretty bad spot. You can see the root beam coming down onto Brain as Sam is going to try to get that pressure rolling. Cerealium more of a target here, so that may be a bit of an adjustment that Liquid is going to make. But again, it's Trill that has to vanish out in the opener. He's just getting crushed here, in the Ray of Frost channeling through. Isn't going to be too much damage, but does put him down to about half HP before he's picked back up.
Yeah, Glacial Spike being channeled out. Big damage on Trill. That's Cloak of Shadows, and that is the problem with leaving Cerealium free. I feel like the games are going a little bit smoother when they're going after the mage.
I agree.
I do think it is scary for Trill because obviously he has to overextend and there's not many cooldowns left, but I kind of feel like that should be their main focus, especially with this new Glacial Spike build that Cerealium is playing. It's kind of a game of chicken, but it's really, really difficult. If you just leave Cerealium completely free in this match, he's going to be able to get a lot of damage, but a nice setup here coming in from Liquid as they get Prev down to 50% health. Brain's forced to trade out his trinket to keep him alive, but Samayam shuts down the healing with a Cyclone. Available. Do they have the damage? Who are they going to try to go after? They need a polymorph here on the C2, but they're so far on the back foot. A beautiful sleepwalk coming in from C2, shutting down Cerealium, and they're just going to take down Prev. 1% health again. I mean, Prev, how many lives could you possibly have? This is heartbreaking for Liquid.
Yeah, that's crazy. He lived with basically no health there whatsoever, and he is going to be able to at least get those cooldowns off him. He did use the Unending Resolve. Now going to pop that coil, but Sam under some pressure. Trill under a little bit of pressure as well, but his Vanish is rotating back up, and he already has the clone, so Liquid can maybe get aggressive here.
Gouge here onto Brain, but Samayam and C2 are not there, but they are swarming Prev right now. Unending Resolve is available. It doesn't look like he's going to trade it out just yet. He might have to, though. Does not want to be too greedy in the situation. Dampening is getting higher and higher. Cerealium finding it difficult to actually find pressure, but a big Ray of Frost as I say that, going in on Sam, and he might just fall. He does. Beautiful, and that is so unfortunate. C2 is just channeling the Emerald Communion one step out of line of sight. If he was in line of sight there's no way that Samayam would have actually gone down. They were literally, I mean, we're going to see it in the replay, one step. And yeah, the game ends differently, potentially.
Yeah, that is brutal, but it's now a 3-0 for Luminosity. They are full fear again over onto C2, and Trill is the target. They want to force the cloak here from the Liquid Rogue. We'll see if they can do it, because Cerealium again is just teeing off in that background, but it is going to be a beam to answer. Trill pulls back. The kidney shot does land on Prev, and Prev gets Typhooned out of LOS of Brain. Can they get something done here? We'll see. We can see that the unending result is going to be popped, but no cooldowns really forced there out of Brain.
Yeah, that's a really nice Cyclone there by Sam, but it gets interrupted. Cerealium manages to snipe the counterspell and shut down that crowd control chain, but they are still just pushing forward with just raw pressure here. Brain does have a lot of healing available. I think he should be able to keep Prev alive, but I can't believe Prev is still not topped off. Big flash of light finally going to be landing. Thralium shutting it down with some polymorphs, now turning his attention onto Trill. Mage Lock crowd control really sitting in here in this matchup so far. Let's see what they can do. Here comes the Tyrant. A big amount of damage is available. Ray of Frost gets channeled out on Trill. He gouges it in desperation. Does not want to go down. Might have to trade up the Cloak of Shadows, but wants to save it if he can for an offensive push. Unfortunately, has to use it defensively as Sea-Doo is in an Axe Toss into a full Polymorph. This is not looking good here for Liquid.
It's not looking good at all. Trill trying to be on the run, but Sea-Doo, the CC is just not ending. Another sheep comes through. Finally, it's going to expire. The Shadow Fury, though, connects on both, and Trill goes into the middle of the map, but was this a mistake? The kidney shot comes down onto Prev. It's a cheap shot on Brain. They're trying to do a go, but it's Sam that's dying to Ceruleum. Ceruleum is just soloing him, and Trill might just go down. He gets rescued back behind the pillar, but the blinding light connects on 3. Ring of Frost going to come down, and Luminosity are pushing here. They're trying to finish off Trill. Ceruleum is just unstoppable on the mage here. Anytime someone steps off the pillar, he just makes them pay. Trill down about 30% HP. His health is just not going up here. Sea-Doo struggling to top him back off. The Axe Toss comes in, and they're both casting in onto him. Trill's got to run back to the pillar, but all this is doing is biding them some time. It's not really creating any pressure at all from Liquid. You look over at Brain, his PvP trinket's back up in 30. He still has the bubble. He still has the bop, and they've got so many cooldowns to get through, but we'll see if they can do it right now as they're in on the Prev, and Prev is getting sent, and they're going to finish him off out of nowhere. They get the kill on Prev. Liquid are going to stay alive. Even through the enemy resolve, it was popped too late. The pop didn't come out. The bubble was used, but it just didn't matter. Liquid grabbed victory from the claws of defeat.
But Luminosity Gaming, I don't know, like they have won the last 5 North American championships. This would be
insane.
number 6 in a row. 6 championships in a row in North America. I mean, this is a dynasty for them. If they can win this 6 times in a row, I feel like it's easy to call them like the most dominant team in North American WoW history. They're absolute beasts. They've won every single tournament since the last finals in Battle for Azeroth. Like, that's how crazy they are.
That's ridiculous. Trouble as well. The double Shadow Fury comes out on both Sam and Trill. It's going to be a trinket there from Trill as he's trying to go aggressive, but Trill's in a lot of trouble back behind the pillar. He's still split off from Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo stuck in the fear. He doesn't want to trinket, so Trill's going to have to vanish out, but that's no vanish, no trinket, no cloak on Trill, and he's just going to reopen. He's still down incredibly low, and Sea-Doo hasn't had time to heal him, and now Sea-Doo's going to get locked out. The rescue comes in. The clone's coming through defensively, and there's another Hodge, though, onto Sea-Doo. Did Liquid overextend? Let's see. Brain in some trouble, though, potentially, but Trill might just die right here, right now. The Axe Toss comes out. Sea-Doo has a lot of work to do. The second Felguard Sun comes out there as it's a summoned Felguard. You can see the double Blade Storms down onto Liquid there as Prev using all of his CC to try to continue that push, to try to secure the win here for Luminosity. Sea-Doo now finally topping the back off, but it's Brain on the other side of the map. He's sitting down and just drinking his mana up to full, and Liquid not going to be able to stop him whatsoever. So a slight mana advantage now created here from Brain as he does decide to step up, but Ceruleum really warding Liquid away.
Sea-Doo is finally there to get some heals, but he has a lot of catch-up to do, and to get the big Dream Breath to get those big heals out. Looks like he will, and that should give Sam and Trill some confidence to push forward, but they're still just dying. I mean, this cleave damage is unbelievable. Trill definitely does not want to use this Cloak of Shadows. This pressure coming in from the side of Luminosity Gaming. I mean, look, Brain is full mana. They're 1 game away from closing it out. This is not looking good for Liquid. They're going to have to find a miracle fast.
Yeah, we're going to see if they can do it right now. They're going in on Prev. They're trying to get this aggressive push. Sea-Doo looking for the Sleepwalk. Does land it on Ceruleum. It's an offensive clone on Prev on the bop. Nicely done by Sam. Could they have anything to follow it up? Ceruleum in trouble. Ceruleum is just going to go down. No block comes down. Boom, headshot. Liquid getting the kill onto Ceruleum. Trill and Sam make the aggressive push there onto Prev. The beautiful clone offensive on the bop. They swap it over onto Ceruleum. Looked like he even used the alter time during that, I think. He went back and just insta-died. No block coming out. Did not see that coming at all. It looked like Liquid had it all falling apart. It looked like Luminosity was going to be able to take it just out of nowhere. They're able to make
back foot in most of these games because of their hesitation to kind of just pull the trigger with that offense. So at the same time, though, Sea-Doo needs to be very careful. I mean, he's one game away from losing. Sea-Doo, don't greet it. Emerald Communion comes in. I mean, heart attack. Talk about a heart attack. I mean, Sea-Doo, that was a really, really greedy play. That was close.
Yeah, he almost went down there. Had to Trinket, had to Emerald Communion. So a lot of major cooldowns forced there by Luminosity on that push. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going now.
Into trouble. Ray of Frost channeled out here by Ceralium, but it is not enough damage. Mortal Coil, though, the pressure is still unending. Sea-Doo really needs to get some heals out, but at the same time, Trill is just trying to create some solo pressure here. He's got the Cloak of Shadows as well as the Vanish. Might have to use it. Looks like he will not use it. Sam-I-Am and Prev just exceptionally low. This could be match point. Sam-I-Am needs to be very careful. Big glacial spike here onto Trill as he vanishes out. Is not going to mess around, but just immediately getting back into the fight, going up, can't sit in the blizzard, and they are going for it once again. Ceralium on hypothermia. Can they take him down? Brain immediately makes the trade, but that's going to be the second ice block here, and they get everything from the side of Luminosity Gaming. Liquid is looking good in this sixth game.
Yeah, that was massive. Brain trinketed, and Sam bashed him on his trinket, and they got the bubble, they got the block, they got the bop as well. Everything was used, and now Ceralium's in a lot of trouble. He's going to alter, but he's still incredibly low. It got purged off there by the fire breath, I think, from Sea-Doo, and that's going to do it. Liquid get the kill onto Ceralium. What a push from Liquid. Out of nowhere, they force everything off of Luminosity, and Luminosity is just getting a bit nervous, it feels like, in some of these tight moments where they're overreacting and they're underreacting. On one push, they got Trinket, they got Bubble, they got Bop, they got Block, all on the same go. And then getting shot down onto Trill, and now looking to try to get some CC down onto Sea-Doo, but it's Trill in hot pursuit. He's going to land the cheap shot. Do they have the damage followed up? There's the Trinket from Brain as he was into the clone, but he might just die. Drake down incredibly low. The bubble's going to have to be forced. It's the bubble, it's the Trinket, it's the lay on hands, it's the whole kit being spent there by Brain, and Liquid striking back.
Nobody has anything. A full Repentant Cyclone here on Sea-Doo. Sam-I-Am is left all alone. Do they have the damage to do it? Sam-I-Am holding on by a thread. Rescue comes in from Sea-Doo, and Sam barely holds on. What a close call. Root Solar Beam, though. It is not over yet. Sam-I-Am on the run, desperately throwing in regrowths. Trill has to trade up the Cloak of Shadows and just buy Sea-Doo a little bit more time, but now a full Repentance. The crowd control is never ending. This is an absolute disaster for Liquid. How are they going to be able to hold on? Sea-Doo get caught into the full blind. He's been CC'd for 20 seconds. A full kitty shot now onto Sam-I-Am, but Liquid is looking to reverse the pressure. Can they do it? Somehow Liquid holds on.
Yeah, just barely. That clone came in a split second too late from Prev, and a massive heal landed on Sam right before it, and now Drake is in a lot of trouble. Drake's got no cooldowns. Did Luminosity overextend? Brain is Brain is on no mana somehow, some way, 4 minutes in, but they're trying to finish off Trill, and they might just do it. The kitty into the Hodge, and I think they've got it. Trill's down to 1% HP, but Sea-Doo finally picking him back up. I can't believe Trill is surviving, and now he has the Vanish. The Vanish comes off cooldown. He's going to vanish out immediately, throws down the kitty shot onto Drake, and Drake may be the one going down because Brain is stuck into the clone. They got nothing remaining. Drake trying to kite for his life, trying to keep their hopes alive, and he's barely going to be able to do it for now, but Brain still has nothing, and the CC is there. There's a root beam, though, over on a Sea-Doo. Brain looking for the Repent out of it, not going to be able to find it just yet, trying to time it at the end of this clone, but he's not going to be able to do it just yet. There's the gouge, though, and the kitty shot comes through on Drake, and I think this could be it. Sam is spamming out the rest, and Liquid have done it. Your North American AWC champions. The reverse sweep is on. Liquid take 4 straight games against Luminosity, against the odds, and they have done it.
I can't believe it. Look at Sea-Doo. He is so excited. They dethroned Luminosity Gaming. I mean, that's what I would be doing if I just won. That is unbelievable. I mean, your back is against the wall. You are down 0-3, and you have the confidence to just keep pushing, keep playing. They went 4 in a row. Absolutely unbelievable.
That was insane. What a series between these two teams. Liquid able to clutch it out in the final moments. Ridiculously close to getting a kill on both sides. Liquid time, that was ridiculous. I think go ahead. We live with 1% HP, probably 2 or 3 games on your reverse sweep.
Yeah, I think this has to be the most excited I've ever been. Like, winning BlizzCon was definitely up there, and that was an incredible series too, in each their own. But you know, that was a 4-0, and coming back from a reverse sweep in a game 7 already is like something in itself. Like that was just unbelievable. My teammates, you know, they just did such an amazing job, and jeez Louise, man, that was just, it was just insane. I can't believe it. When we were down 0-3, I was still super confident. You could ask my teammates. There wasn't a single point in the series where we gave up hope. You know, I said we can reverse sweep it. You know, LG, they are probably the best team at making adaptations, and their adaptations in the series was go Sam. So when Sam dies 2 games in a row, we're like, you know what? Let's just have Sam, you know, be a little bit less aggressive when we don't have anything. And then that was just enough to make him think it was a bad matchup. And, you know, traditionally, you know, Prez isn't super great into Moonkin, so we never really played the mirror. So we were a little worried about the root beams. And I mean, it's just, you know, you play that matchup 1,000 times, you know, Trill and Sam are dying in those situations. I kid you not. Like, the only thing I was doing was praying. I'm like, it's over, you know, someone take the wheel, because it's out of my control. But oh my gosh, we got it done. And obviously we are incredibly happy about it. Man, we are a dysfunctional family, to say the least, man, but we are a family. And, that's just kind of where it's at, you know. Me and Mez are literally the dads, and we're always yelling at Trill and Sam like, you need to practice more, you got to eat your greens. But you know, they show up when it matters, and I think the biggest thing is that we're just always really open and honest with our communications. Like if someone's annoying someone, you can have that, you know, that discussion and be like, bro, you're annoying, like leave me alone. So you know, we're always kind of giving each other a hard time. But I really think that we just wanted it really bad this year. And I think like one of the biggest changes from my POV, at least, is, you know, there was no complaining this season. You know, in the previous seasons, instead of complaining about Rogue, you know what, just put one of the best multi-classers in the game on Rogue and, you know, stop complaining about it. So I think we just came in with a little bit of a different mindset this season. And we didn't have to play from behind, since we decided to make those adaptations early on. And, you know, it really, you know, paid dividends for us. We obviously are very, very happy with the results, and winning for Team Liquid too. You know, that's definitely our motivation. This is such an incredible org, and to be even wearing this jersey right now is a dream come true. It's actually bedtime, so I might have woke them up a little bit, and they came down running because you know, they always ask me, and you know, they're like, Dad, did you win yesterday? Because I always tell them, you know, I'm playing. And it's always like, oh, you losed again. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. So, you know, to finally get one, you know, we didn't lose this time, Mav. We didn't lose this time, Mace, you know. So it's definitely very, very awesome.
To Team Liquid, Luminosity Gaming going to be walking away here with second place. Golden Guardians in